Let's go December 24, 2019. See, one of my little homie was just 15. He was walking on his own with no clue on what to do. He was walking through, keeping it cool. Ain't nothing new until he saw a fight in front of his sight. Ain't nothing right to see some guy choking straight at a girl, hella tight. So he called up his homies, knowing that they take a while. But it's like time has gotten frozen and he got this in his hands. He got no time zone out of this world to understand about the situation in front of his eyes to make a stand. So he stepped right between, separating the two, believing what he did was the right thing to do. But after stepping right between the girls, telling them to take a walk, and she said, little brother, I'm fine. But the guy came after like he's out of his mind, giving threats like he wasn't the one crossing the line. And as the moment passed by, the little homies had arrived, and the words of both sides initiated to collide. But that man was not agreeing to bro one-on-one with either one of them to settle the issue with nothing to admit to, giving out his number, telling them to call him up at night. And that's how you be knowing that it's gonna be a fight. So you better think twice before you judge moments like these, cause in these streets you die just and don't slide easy with beef. So Santa ain't coming to bless you, and I be getting back, cause I might just be the one that he sends. You better watch your back, I'm on man soldier and I'll be winning on my wars. Just know that ain't too late for you to be changing up your course, but just know that ain't too late for you to be apologizing. But tell me one thing, homie, why the fuck you lying? It's the reason that I'm no longer celebrating Christmas. I'm just spitting out the truth, there ain't no way that I'm going to miss it. Now moving on forward to later, that night the little homies were all sitting at the park as it was dark, reminiscing all about the situation and the threats and accusations they were given just for stepping it up for another sister and an act of violation. But how could you tolerate an altered blame? So they got together, ringing up the guy on his cell. And as the youngest little homie jumped right into the line, he was busting out his nerve, telling the guy he was gonna die. But the guy replied, I'm sending my boys, so we gon' see and say bye. So they waited 2 hours to the point they weren't keen. So 5 hitters pulled up, walking up to the scene. As one amongst the 5 with a machete on his hand, that bitch was screaming as he asked who was the one on the phone. And then my youngest little homie took a stand up on his own, only to have his blood dripping from his body to the floor. But there wasn't only 1 but 2 casualties that night, cause a brother of mine was trying to stop the altercation, but got caught up in the midst of the whole situation. And as I reminisce, it was past 12 when I got the call about this, wishing what I heard wouldn't be true. It was a hell of a Christmas for me to be waking up to. So Santa ain't coming to bless you, and I be getting back, cause I might just be the one that he sends. You better watch your back, I'm on man soldier and I'll be winning on my wars. Just know that ain't too late for you to be changing up your course, but just know that ain't too late for you to be apologizing. But tell me one thing, homie, why the fuck you lying? It's the reason that I'm no longer celebrating Christmas. I'm just spitting out the truth, there ain't no way that I'm going to miss it. Now it's 2 of the homies were healing in bed. The guy was reaching out to all of the youngins to give out threats, but there wasn't a way in hell that they was gonna tell nothing to the police. Ain't no way in hell. Back to the street, politicking, the guy was spreading out rumors, saying my little homies messed with his girl. That shit is bogus, trying to justify the hit that he dropped. Don't make me pop, use a lying ass senior from around the block. But not everybody understands what be going around these blocks, cause it all be going down to hell. And in this game, it don't matter if you blood or you not. It's all about who be stepping up after you be getting got. This ain't no loss like you're thinking it is. I'm turning it to a lesson, taking your head back to school. You don't know what you're missing. And it's just another case that don't make it to the news, cause there's a million other blocks in this world going through worse. But what is your excuse not to be lifting up our curse? And don't be looking at us funny with all the things we've been through, cause don't forget for a moment that this could have been you.
Growing up around these blocks, it always been different, you feel me? We done seen a lot of young adolescents and youth go down the wrong path. Amongst the older generations, our generations, and even the younger, we got kids out here whose parents are working every day, working hella hard, you know, just to earn money for their family to stay up. But at the end of the day, they don't got enough time to spend with their kids. They lose their connection with their children, and their kids go out, chilling around the block, and going out there in these blocks, it really changes a child, you feel me? And everybody that hit in and out of jail always end up in our place. They come back home, and they live right across our block, and it ain't like their influence is nothing. We as young adolescents learn more from our blocks than we do from home, you feel me? We didn't learn how to cuss, we didn't learn how to dress from our houses. We learned that from the block. We look at our older generations and we learn just like that. And it ain't hard to understand, you feel me, that a child's mind is like soil. Whatever seed you put in is what's gonna grow, you feel me? It just goes in. And I know this for a fact that a lot of young adolescents out there tend to be confused about the difference between being strong and being wrong. Being bad don't make you strong, homie. We ain't got the right role models where we from. Turning our youth into some drug runner, into fucking hitters. Cut that shit out. Though all the odds around my block might be against me, I can rest knowing that I'm standing up for the right thing, you feel me? So ride with me, cause I'm down for what's yet to come.